Every day, creatives are told to be talented, to build an audience, to go viral, to chase success. But success is only part of the story. Because sooner or later, experience has a way of changing the conversation. Ambition then gives way to reflection. What do you build after the applause? What lessons carry you forward? And what legacy do you leave behind? Across film, music, fashion, theater, and media, 5 creative leaders were asked the same questions. What emerged was a story no single voice could tell alone. This is Film Fast, Reflections and the Road Ahead.
You create something, maybe something someone else can't do. And then you keep the secret yourself. You keep the secret yourself. I will give you an example what happened to me. And I always have a backup story when I say what I said. So a designer came to me and asked if I can do something for them. And then I accepted it, and I told them what it's going to cost them, because I know that designer charges in dollars. Sometimes charges $5,000 for one garment or $4,000 for one garment. And then they came to me and I charged them. Yes, it wasn't cheap because it was going to be a lot of work. Right. So I gave them a bill, and they, negotiated to 50% of what I asked them to. And that's okay. Well, I can do it because one thing is, when you have it, you have it. When it's yours, it's yours. Your designs are original, and you have the secret. Only you know where you source your materials, your fabric. You're not sharing that with anyone. We then brought the design, and I told them how much it's going to cost me. Now, they went and set for former staff that are laid off. They contacted him.
Oh, wow.
And gave him that project. Now, this person knows where I buy these materials, because I usually send him to get them. You see why structure matters. There's some secret you keep yourself. Right. They told him to create this, and he created it for them because he knows where I buy my material. He knows how I make them. He watched me make them.
Oh my God.
He watched me make them. He watched me, and now I lost that contract because someone that's not supposed to watch was watching how I make them. So for the new creative, if you find out a particular thing that others can't do, keep it to yourself. Or if you have to transfer it to someone you trust that will carry your legacy, if it's a brand you want to continue, not just any staff. That make sure you trust the person, because it's just like some products, Coca-Cola and every other. Some of them can't tell you their recipe or what they use. You can't. So that if you're a creative, if you want to last or you want to stay for a long period keep your secret where you outsource your materials, and let only few people know where you outsource your material. It will keep you there for a long period of time. And of course. That's just because just imagine I lost money only because someone knew my secret. I was waiting for them to just a callback. Waiting for the callback to start up. Their first. I was waiting for the payment, and it didn't come. And next, in 2 weeks' time, I saw it already done with the same materials I use. And then trademark some things. If you have a particular design, trademark it, so that whenever anyone copies, then you're gonna fight the person. So yeah. Okay. Some languages options that should be altered a bit, so it won't seem like you are imposing certain things. This meeting, you needed a quiet environment, but we might not be able to achieve 100% quiet environment because of where we are. We are not in a place where you can control certain things. So you give a little room for, in case, even if it doesn't go perfectly where you want it. So just
like I always try to advocate each time I have the opportunity. I wanted to understand that being creative is not enough. Being talented is not enough. being enthusiastic is not enough. Nothing else takes the place of training. Yeah, if you love something, you should love and sacrifice are two things that go together. One cannot thrive without the other. If you love someone, you must be willing to make sacrifices. So I always like to advocate. I always like to tell the younger ones that you might be talented, you might be someone who loves this craft the most, but please get some training. Nothing takes the place of knowledge. You can't substitute knowledge. No. You know, people tell me, say, you can't argue yourself out of ignorance. No, at all. At all. Just one word from someone who knows what you're talking about, and you are knocked out.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You love to direct, you love to act. But when the man who knows tells you, sir, director, sir, I don't mean to, argue, I do not mean to counter your directions and all that, but I think if we toe this line, it will be difficult for us to achieve what Samuel Taylor describes as a willing suspension of disbelief. If the director, first of all, never even first hear with him be willing suspension of disbelief, I want to argue himself out of it. So knowledge is important. In fact, knowledge takes the
precedence.
The precedence. To answer your question much more succinctly now, I'll say to the Gen Zs, enthusiasts, practitioners, wannabe filmmakers, please take training seriously. To stay relevant, you need training and retraining.
Yes.
I joined the industry after I've had a certificate in acting and a degree in theater arts, but I kept them as if I didn't know a thing, and exposed myself to all manners and qualities of trainings that are available within this space to help prepare me for what I hoped then to become.
University.
I try not to miss any of them, because when you leave, you come back home like someone who was empty and had just been refilled. So only a fool would say he knows it all, and therefore there is nothing new to be learned. Not in the space that, due to the influence of technology, due to the influence of AI, things are evolving with
very quickly.
With such ferocious speed that you cannot get abreast with it.
I can list 10, 15, 20 tips.
Yeah.
But there's one that covers everything. And that's education. A lot of things are tied to knowledge. I am still learning myself. In fact, I don't consider myself to understand the music business enough yet.
Yeah.
So I am constantly reaching out to mentors to
get more knowledge,
insights from them. But one thing I noticed, especially in our African creative spaces, the art of learning is gradually fading away. Now, it is not enough to just make music. Are you learning about the business? Are you learning about making your music better? Are you learning about engaging other creatives? And are you growing at the same time? Because it is not enough to just say I'm a music artist, this is what I do, and just make music, and that's the end. A lot of questions will happen. There's this artist, I think 21 Savage, when he signed his deal with Epic Records, he was getting 70%. He was giving the label 30%. Why? Because he had leverage. He was knowledgeable to know that I am the one with the leverage. I think that as creatives, there should be interest to keep on learning and improving. When you are learning and improving as a creative, you discover new things. You uncover new things that can help you take the best decision. Make informed career decision for yourself. So learning is key. It's very, very important. It makes creatives knowledgeable and helps them make informed decision.
Before a story can change the world, it begins with the people who create it. But eventually, the focus must move beyond the creator and onto the work itself. Because every creative work is asking a question. Why this story? Why now? And why should anyone care?
It will be two things. Invest in good storytelling, like invest in good stories. And the second thing would be to publicize theater as if it were film. I think that's something else that, we lack. We theater people think that, they should know about us and all that. But we should shamelessly publicize, propagate the gospel of theater.
Yeah.
Yes, theater. Those are the two things, I would say, go after good storytelling, like good stories, and propagate the gospel of theater, publicize, sell your market. Okay. The only reservation I would have, is the AI materials, the publicity materials. Yes, so because for me, it was a case of if we're, putting these materials out there, when somebody sees it, they should be able to relate with it because they can see it, they can recognize, the person. Yeah. So that was the only reservation I had.
The right story does more than entertain. It shapes conversations, it shapes culture, and shapes people. Sometimes the greatest impact lies beyond the creator.
I say it's in you, but it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. So the tendency is to be conscious of the self in the creation. It is very easy to be aware of the fact that you are the one doing this. But you get to a point of understanding the entire scope where you see yourself less as a source but a tool, and that you are contributing to something. In the course of your journey and the things that you have done, you have found things that have been left by other people that made it possible for you to finish what you had. The ability to use what you've been gifted with for a greater good that must outlive you is the deepest understanding of the gift of creation.
Oh, wow. That is deep.
You understand?
Yeah.
So for every creative out there, if there's anything that I've learned, I've seen, I've observed from watching people, many people didn't touch 1/10 of what they could do because it started and ended with them. Who they were. How it affected them. How it improved their status. They never saw themselves as part of a contribution to a bigger, wider picture.
Good.
That had power to influence in the future. They never saw that. They just wanted to oppress their immediate environment with what they had. So you will find a content creator now making content. Maybe his idea is great. Maybe what he wants to pass across is great. But guess what? he opens up with him in his G-Wagon. It's really just to tell the people, say, see my car, look.
I have my car.
If we ever saw ourselves beyond us being the creators and saw the message as the main thing, you would find that you would pour out so much more. There would be no room for arrogance. Your willingness to help the next man improve the picture will be stronger. No contempt. You understand? You don't take criticism to heart if it improves what you want to do. And the perfect example I want to leave you with this question you asked me is, it is really way beyond, like you mentioned earlier, talent. It has to be about the bigger picture. The man who was obsessed with the bigger picture, the guy is dead and he's currently the biggest artist in the world because his presence was bigger than him. And he's dead and topping charts every day. Still currently the biggest artist in the world, breaking records in his graveyard.
Who is that, please?
That's Michael Jackson. That's Michael Jackson. So take your time and look at every other person in history who tried to stand for something bigger than themselves, who never tried to let it be about them. Marley, Martin Luther, just look out for all of them. They stayed eternal, because it was in them, yeah? It had to be in them. How many of us can do what they dared to do? Some of them put their lives until they died. It was in them. They were true heroes, but it was far bigger than them. So at whatever level as a creative person that you are, don't ever wake up one day and be obsessed with the fact that it's just in you. It's a great thing that is in you. It can't be in anybody else the way it's in you. So the beauty of that being anything to write home about eventually would be your understanding that it is bigger than you. That's what I think. A lot of people are questioning whether they should still stay. Every day they open their eyes, they look around, they would find someone making a mockery of what it is that they know how to do very well, or abusing the platform, or even worse than abusing it, misinforming people, degenerating thinking, and debasing values. All of that is being achieved now. What you're doing is telling them that it's worth it. Like we said, eventually, there will be a separation of the wheat from the wheat, like I say, and people would ask themselves, what exactly have I contributed? And at that point, they would be proud that they did not, check out.
Every creative is given something. A talent, a voice, a story, an opportunity to create. What happens next is a choice. A choice to grow, a choice to create, a choice to serve something greater than ourselves, because in the end, every creative leaves something behind. The question is, what will yours be?